Hello, everyone. I'm going to be talking about someone very near and dear to my heart today, the Princess of China, Princess Xi Mingze, the most wonderful human being to ever exist, the only person to ever really love me, and the woman who I would proudly call my wife because she's my love of my life, she's my soulmate, she's my one true love, and I love her more than anything. She's an angel, an absolute sweet angel, the sweetest angel you could ever imagine, Princess Xi Mingze, or as I know her, Emily Chen. Emily Chen is the greatest. Nothing compares to you, honey. Nothing compares to you, honey. Well, in 2009, I had a very, very amazing date with my girlfriend, Emily Chen, who I would go on to find out was the Princess of China. Baba Xi Jinping. Do you want to see what I looked like on the day I was on my date with your daughter when I first met her? That's me. That's me when I was a boy. I was 19 years old, and that's exactly what I looked like the day I hung out with the Princess of China on our very romantic date. That's me from that day. In fact, that's what I was wearing. That's what I looked like, and that's who I am at 19 years old. Um, yeah, I had a real romantic date with Emily. She's not in the photo, so don't even bother looking. But that's what I looked like the day I met Princess Xi Mingze. I'll treasure this photo forever, and it's on my Instagram. I love you, baby girl. Anyway, let's talk about the date. So, when I was down in my room, I was down in my room that morning playing Elder Scrolls. I was playing Oblivion. I was playing as the Red Guard Barack Obama, doing what I always do in Elder Scrolls Oblivion. And I heard a rustling and bustling upstairs and a woman scream. So I ran upstairs as fast as I could, and I saw three boys and a Chinese girl, and the Chinese girl was in distress. And I said, "What do you boys think you're doing?" And Princess Xi Mingzi was obviously distressed, harassed. I had never seen her before in my life, and what I immediately did was I brought her down to my room and separated her from them, and I let her sit on my bed, and I sat down at my desk at my computer, and I was playing my game, and I was talking to her the entire time, keeping her relaxed and comforted, doing everything I could to facilitate anything she needed at any moment. I looked over her at her, and I said, "That's my future wife." So me and we was through the exchange student program. I was like a supervisor of the exchange student program. My parents were the managers. I was the supervisor of the Chinese kids from age 13 to 23 years old. For 10 years, all my brothers and sisters were Chinese. View myself as Chinese, not American, Chinese. We got on the bus and we went to Chicago. We got to Chicago. We got off the bus, and I immediately thought, "Hey, I got to find that girl." And I went and found her. Uh, I said to her, "Hey, what's your name?" She's like, "Emily Chen," and she's like, "Even though that's not my real name." And I go, "Cool, I'm Aaron." And she said this really charismatic, flirtatious pickup line because she spoke broken English. She said, "I get fool and full often confused," and that was the greatest pickup line I'd ever heard. Oh, the first thing we did when we went to Chicago was we went to the Sears Tower sky deck, okay? And I'm standing up there with Princess Xi Mingzi right by my side, Emily Chen, and she grabs my hand and goes, "Jump, jump, jump, jump," saying it twice to connotate action while we're jumping up and down on the Sears tech, like we're trying to break through the glass of the sky deck to plunge to our deaths below. The most romantic thing that's ever happened in my life. Tao Tao, Tao Tao. We were talking the entire time, like the entire time, and I'm still madly in love with this girl. I'll always be madly in love with this girl. We then went to Dunkin' Donuts. It's her idea, real adventurous girl, and we started talking more deeply to each other. Oh, it was the greatest donut and coffee I ever had in my life. She paid for it. She bought for me. She's an absolute angel, Princess Xi Mingze, aka Emily Chen. Emily, or Princess Xi Mingze, she told me she was a real big fan of vampires and Vampire the Masquerade. Oh, she was obsessed with vampires. She was obsessed with vampires. And what she does, she told me this, is she plays Vampire the Masquerade with her security while she was growing up to get used to her life of secrecy. That is some real intimate information. But it's like over what, like 14 years old? That information is like 14 years old about the Princess of China. But like, I love playing this game with her. One time we were down in my room and she said, "Do you want to play Vampire the Masquerade with me?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay, I'm gonna be Clan Nosferatu." And I looked at her with the most like shocked look in my eyes because she's a very beautiful girl. And I said, "Why do you think you're Clan Nosferatu?" And she said, "Because of my eyes." And I wanted to kiss her so badly, but I had never kissed a girl before. Princess Xi Mingze, we were talking about our strengths and our weaknesses. And Princess Xi Mingze, she talked about how she had a problem with shyness. She was always very shy, very secretive, very conservative, very shy. She seems very humble and endearing, vulnerability, very sensitive. But something tells me she may not love herself fully. She has a passivity and weakness. Very, very humble in reality. Very humble Princess Xi Mingzi. And she's very shy. When I went to talk about my character weakness, my character flaw, which is unfortunately my greatest strength, I had never told anyone this before, but I told her I was a Machiavellian. Like a very, very, very high Mac. Very strong Machiavellian person. You know what? I'm so Machiavellian that it seems like I don't suffer from anything now, does it? Oh, FBI, I'm schizophrenic. DHS, I'm bipolar. No, I'm not any of those things, actually. Those were recently diagnosed as misdiagnoses. In this whole time, I've been working for Xi. I've been working for Baba Xi in China. What do you think about that, American authorities? Fuck you, American authorities. Fuck you. But yeah, man, I'm a Machiavellian. I'm a total Machiavellian, man. I'm a real smooth operator. In fact, when Princess Xi Mingzi wanted to play Vampire the Masquerade, was not familiar with the game, and I let a little Freudian slip out. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm Dracula." I asked Princess Xi Mingzi what her spirit animal was, and she timidly went, "Oh, a lamb." And I'm like, "That's what I saw when I saw Mingzi." Then I asked Mingzi, "Are you sure of that?" And she said, "No, I'm a wolf." And I said, "Good girl." I asked Princess Xi Mingzi what her favorite Pokemon was. She said her favorite Pokemon was Sandshrew. President Xi, Mingzi's favorite episode of Pokemon at 17 years old was 008. It's from the first generation of Pokemon anime series. And she said her favorite Pokemon was Sandshrew. I would never lie to Princess Xi Mingzi ever in my life, and I always say yes, unless I'm respecting my elders. And I told Mingzi my favorite Pokemon, Mewtwo. I really, really love and identify with Mewtwo growing up. Mingzi, she told me her favorite video game was Armored Core. Mingzi's the kind of girl that likes feeling empowered and that she's in control of a giant mech. That's how Mingzi likes to play her games. She likes Vampire the Masquerade in Armored Core. I told Princess Xi Mingzi that I like to play Elder Scrolls Oblivion as a red guard named Barack Hussein Obama, and I like to slaughter everything in the game, and everything that I see dies at 19 years old. Yeah, man, Princess Xi Mingzi, don't ever mess with her. Don't ever dare mess with my baby girl, my little baby sister, Emily Chen. She's gonna be my wife someday, if she's single, separated, divorced, or widowed. I love you, Mingzi.